Hey guys, Zach here. I'm going to give you a few ideas to help you use AI to help you grow your network marketing business faster than you thought possible. Now, the first thing with AI is that you don't want to look at it as this thing that could kill everything, but something that actually could supercharge you. So I want you to rewire your mental framework here for a moment, because this could actually really help you. Now, for myself, for our family, we have used not necessarily AI, but the things I'm going to show you here today to go from zero, stuck at zero for a long time, all the way up to $250,000 months using what I'm showing you now. Is that a guarantee that you're going to do that? Absolutely not. Let's be adults here. That is nothing. There's no guarantee. I'm just telling you what I did. So anyway, we get it? Cool? All right. So before we get into the specifics of different tools that you can use to help you grow your business, I want to lay the foundation. Now, the foundation is this. You and I both know that old school network marketing is not so fun, and in many ways, it's being killed. So we need to change the way that we're actually building business. So how in the world did we go from being at zero for so long all the way up to having months as high as $250,000 and really never having a down month under $100,000 in quite a long time, probably a year and a half? So the first thing is that we've completely shifted the way that we acquire business builders into our team. So you already know the traditional method. I don't have to spend any time on that. What we utilize is ads and funnels, as you probably or you may know. We use advertising and funnels to bring people into our business. So we have ads from Facebook and YouTube. And just in case you're wondering, yes, you can run ads on Facebook and YouTube if you've been told that you can't, or you've been shut down, or you got in trouble, or anything like that. It's just because either you were coached incorrectly or you didn't know how to do it properly. But we've been doing it for about 6 years for the network marketing industry. We have hundreds and hundreds of clients, maybe even thousands of clients that run Facebook ads and YouTube ads. You definitely can do it. You just got to do it right. So we run ads. So we have an ad, and we run into what's called an application funnel. So at an application funnel, we have what we call a lead magnet here, and then what we have is a application, and then we have a phone call. All right. So basically, we have an ad, and the ad is saying, "Hey, I can help you do something, right? I can help this group of people do something." So the example I like to use a lot is I can help military, veterans, or active. I can help you build an online business. And I'm going to show you how to do that in this 20-minute video. That's called a lead magnet. So give me your information, and I'll give you this 20-minute video showing military members how to build an online-based income. Great. So they watch the video. They're like, "Oh, man, this is great." And then you can say, "Hey, if you want to work with me directly, you can take the content I just gave you. You can run with it. That's great. Or if you want to work with me directly, we can have an application, put an application in, we can have a phone call. You have a phone call, and then you enroll them into your team. Enroll them into your network marketing company, and then if you want to, you can also include a system or a course or a some sort of package that helps them build that business, and you can sell that for some sort of a price, right? So we call that a system of growth. And the system of growth helps you pay off these ads and also make an upfront income. Cool. So I have lots of videos on how we do this. You can go browse the channel to look at those. I just want to give you the framework here. Now, this framework is the most important thing. All right. So the AI stuff, remember, it's just supercharging this. Okay. It's not replacing you right now. It's not replacing this right now. It's just supercharging you. So I want you to look at AI again as something that can supercharge your efforts. I can't think of another word right now. So let's look at this. So right here, we do all of this with really no AI, and you don't need AI to do this right now, okay? It just can help. So let's look at the different places that AI can help. Well, right here during this part here, the booking the application to a phone call or booking a lead to a phone call, there are services that you can actually program chatbots that are a lot smarter than just the, if this, then that type of thing. There's a few different chatbots. One is called WooSender. One is called ZappyChat, and there's a few others as well. And guys, I actually didn't want to make this video right now because we're actually developing our own right now, because we have a software for network marketers that helps them do this, and we're actually going to put that software into, or the AI chat portion into this. I didn't want to even tell you about this right now, but I was like, well, whatever. I'll tell you about it, and then I'll tell you when ours comes out. But these two tools right now, and a couple others, what they do is they interact with your leads. They interact with the people that became leads or applicants, and they say, "Hey, Do you want to have a conversation? And they offer different times that you're available. They look at your calendar and they write things in a normal English, not necessarily the typical calendar booking software type of stuff. So these things are really, really cool. They still have a ways to go. Okay, so when you go and test them, you'll realize that sometimes they're really, really awesome, and sometimes you feel like they've got a ways to go. But these can really, really help you book more appointments with way less time. I find these things to be almost as good as a well-trained VA. Now, a well-trained VA is going to be better for sure, but these things are almost as good as that, and it's totally scalable. And depending on how much revenue you're putting into this thing, it could be more cost-effective than a VA. Now, if you're at a smaller scale, a VA is going to be more cost-effective because these things are not generally super cheap. But if you're at a larger scale, these things can be more cost-effective. There is one really, really cool service called Be Human. So you may have seen this before, but when you get an applicant right here, now most of the time when you get these applicants, especially in the beginning, you're going to have 70 or 80% of them are going to be really excited to talk with you. You're, of course, going to get your no-shows and the people that just filled it out because they felt like it and they're never going to want to talk. But it's really good to get those applicants, continually sold on talking with you, right? So there's a service called Be Human, and you may have seen these videos before, but essentially, let's say I took a selfie right now, and let's say you filled out an application or a funnel, and I made a quick video for you. I said, hey, John, Zach here. I saw you filled out an application to learn more about our business, blah, 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 blah. Hey, listen, one of my strategists is going to have a conversation with you. I'm excited for you to have a conversation with him. Whatever, let's say it's a minute-long video. Well, Be Human can actually get your voice trained. So I've actually messed with the voice training quite a bit. Get your voice trained. It sounds exactly like me. And when I picked up the phone and said, hey, John, it's Zach here, it could say, hey, hey, Michelle, Zach here, or hey, Charlie, Zach here. And it sounds like me, Charlie, Michelle, whatever. It switches the name, and it actually changes the way my mouth moves. And I only recorded one video, which is really cool. Now, again, still has a little bit of ways to go. If you look really, really close, sometimes it's like, wait a second, didn't say Michelle. But honestly, it's pretty hard to catch. Most people are not going to be able to tell, which is pretty darn cool. So rather than recording, let's say, 10 of those a day or 50 of those a day, you record one, train your voice one time, and now you can fire these things off over and over again. Again, needs some work, but still pretty darn cool. There's a tool called Compose.ai, which helps you write responses to emails, helps you write really anything, okay? So it's a really cool tool. This one is free. I've not seen how they're making money. Maybe it's just because I haven't messed with it enough. But Compose.ai, you can install it in Google Chrome or in your Brave browser, and it can help you write responses to really anything that you want. It's actually really cool. There is another tool that I've been messing with called Reclaim.ai, which is a scheduling helper, essentially. So if you are full-time in business, you know that the worst possible thing is having like these funky gaps of time. So like yesterday, I had the situation where I had like 2 calls get inserted on my calendar that I wasn't wanting to do, but one was with our tax attorney. I really needed to do it. And then one was with someone internal on our team. We really need to solve this problem. And both these calls ended up, and they kind of came at these perfectly wrong spots. And I had these like weird 20 or 30 minute gaps on each side of the call where it wasn't big enough for me to really get into deep work. And it wasn't, small enough to just go to the restroom and then come back and do work. So I kind of wasted this hour and a half just by having these white spaces. What Reclaim does is it works with your calendar and then other people's calendars that you want it to work with, and it sees everything and rearranges things for people so that there's as little white space as possible. So you batch more style work together. And if you've been through any of our training, there's 2 different types of work, right? Type 1 and type 2. And so it batches a lot of type 1 work together and then type 2 style work together. So you can go deep when you're going deep and then just pound through stuff when you need to pound through stuff. It's really cool. And then one of my favorites, as you guys probably all heard of it so far, it's ChatGPT, which fully convinced this is going to just continue to change and just, again, supercharge everything. I've been using ChatGPT to help me solve all kinds of different problems. So little off base here, but a month and a half ago or so, we took a flight we flew to a mastermind that we were going to, and they lost our bags. And they didn't do a very good job reclaiming them. I had to put one of our employees on finding the bags. She took like 6 hours to find them. It felt horrible for her, but she finally found them and got them to us, all that different stuff. But like American Airlines was not really that cool about it. It was a first class ticket. They were not really that cool about it. I'm like, guys, I feel like you would just be at least caring for a first class passenger. And so I basically told ChatGPT what happened. I said, hey, can you write me basically a complaint email, right? And it did. And because I don't like to send that kind of stuff in, I just feel like it's bogus. But I was like, hey, I might as well just give it its test, right? So I have it send an email or write an email for me, and it was almost perfect. I did a little bit, sent it off. We got a few $100s in credit for a future flight, which was pretty cool. And it was really well written. All the different type of stuff. I've used it to develop affiliate commission structures, or at least give me ideas on different affiliate commission structures that I want to use for different programs that we have. So you can basically give it all of this information and say, hey, give me this. And it keeps on remembering previous pieces of the conversation so that you can constantly add on what you said, and it remembers the context from previous conversations up above. So very, very powerful thing. I've even asked it hey, I need to have this tough conversation with one of my employees. How can I approach this? Again, some things needed a little bit of work. It's wow, that's way off base. Some things are really, really amazing. But what I found is very tactical type things help me develop a commission structure for this affiliate program. More, I started testing it hey, can you build me an MLM commission structure? And it does. And it's actually really, really cool. So anyway, guys, as you can see, all these different tools here just help supercharge the main structure. All right. So the first thing you need to do is what I wouldn't do is go try to mess with all these little tools on their own, because that's going to be really hard. Number one, some of them can get expensive, and if you don't have a way to monetize all this stuff, it can get out of hand. So first thing you need to do is put the structure in place, okay? So I know if you're building network marketing, it can be a lot of times your upline doesn't want to try anything new. A lot of times you're really kind of focused on the traditional way of doing things. Guys, trust me, put this type of structure in place. Learn how to do it. One of the most beautiful things about this is once I put this in place, I can basically walk away from it and focus on enrolling people into my team and leading my organization. That's really the big stuff, right? It's enrolling and leading. You shouldn't be spending your time chasing prospects down. Think about that for a second, okay? We've already been there as a marketplace for years. You shouldn't be chasing your prospects. You should have them coming to you with a system in place. And as we're entering into this new era where AI it's coming and it's not going anywhere. It's only going to speed things up more and more. It's only going to speed up in its development. We have to understand that you cannot, the traditional way of building MLM, it will die. It will not last forever. Now, don't get me wrong. Network marketing isn't going anywhere, at least not that I can see. It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay around. But the way of building it is going somewhere. And especially as AI speeds up, we have to make sure that we adapt. You have to make sure that you adapt. And if you adapt earlier, it's generally better. So guys, I've already told you what this has done for us in our life, which is great. I hope that this helps you maybe do something in your life as well. So if you took something away, it's put this kind of structure in place. Once you get this kind of structure in place, then start looking at some different AI tools to help you speed up that structure. Sound good? All right, hope you have an amazing day, guys. Talk to you soon.